We have one mission at the program: develop better leaders and create more cohesive teams.
Let's go, man. It's a race.
You highlight in Legacy what you call the first 15 lessons in leadership.
Yep.
A rugby team has 15 players who work together towards a common purpose to win. As you write, the first 15 works in the same way. Each has a role, each a responsibility, each a position on the field. Let's start with the first: sweep the sheds. James writes, this is after a World Cup match. While the country is still watching replays and school kids lie in bed dreaming of All Blacks glory, the All Blacks themselves are tidying up after themselves, sweeping the sheds, doing it properly so no one else has to, because no one looks after the All Blacks. The All Blacks look after themselves. James, boom. I mean, if you need another reason to buy Legacy than that, if you don't believe in sweeping the sheds, if that doesn't fire you up, stop listening to our podcast right now. I mean, right now. That is big time, because no one looks after the All Blacks. The All Blacks look after themselves. James, talk to us about, explain sweeping the sheds specifically and what we can learn from it.
I think many factors. I think first, self-reliance is the antithesis or the antidote to entitlement, and of course, entitlement is one of the great enemies of high performance, of any performance. Unearned glory, the sense that somehow we're owed the victory, or we're owed the result. And so, standing on your own 2 feet, that sense of being present to what is, there's a line in financial services, past performance is no guarantee of future performance or of results, of returns. So that's a fantastically important mindset, attitude to have in any field of life, I think. And that's really the other way of talking about that is kind of humility. Never be too, I think the phrase I use is, never be too big to do the small stuff that needs to get done. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't think you're special. Don't think just because you're an All Black, you're anything great necessarily, or a Marine or a special force operator or a premiership footballer. I mean, kind of big deal, that we all go to the same place in the end. We're all human beings. And one of the great risks in high performance is when you get ahead of yourself, hubris. And so I think one of the things that particular crop of All Blacks did, and All Blacks management did really well, is they found practical ways of in this case literally kind of grounding themselves. There are many organizations, most organizations have done a values exercise. And what's wrong with that word? It's just an exercise. It's something you go through. But the great teams is to put it metaphorically, are the teams that take those words from the wall and they get them onto the floor. They walk the walk. They there's a phrase, live the values out loud. And I think the sweeping the sheds, the idea that actually no one is too big to take care of things, works on multiple levels, whether they even really knew it or not when it was designed.
That's right.
It's about taking care of business, like TCB, taking care of business. It's doing it right, doing the right thing on a difficult day. It's what better metaphor for a legacy is that leaving the environment in a better place than you found it. Not leading, what better metaphor for self-reliance is sort of doing it so no one has, you stand on your own 2 feet. No one looks after the All Blacks. They take care of themselves.